Hey everyone! So for the first video of 2025, I'm going to be setting up my new journal and taking you guys with me and doing a flip through of my journal at the end. So the most important thing to me was the actual journal itself, and this was the one I had last year and it was amazing and the colour was just perfect for me. Now for the supplies, we've got a pair of scissors, a glue stick, some paper, an envelope, some coloured card, then I've got some stickers, obviously. Then we've got some coloured pens, highlighters, colouring pencils, and then my pencil case, which I've had since year 9, and it's just different coloured pens and like fine liners, highlighters, colouring pencils, everything. This is how thick my journal got last year, and it's just a mix of scrapbooking, junk journaling, and I am so excited to start the next one. While I was taking off the plastic, I genuinely could not contain my excitement. I was screaming, but I had to mute that because YouTube would probably be afraid of that. But yeah, so this is the journal I've got. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I researched it before I started my journal last year, and it had the right amount of pages. The dotted lines were perfect for me because I think it gave me a lot of freedom. And yeah, so I obviously start with decorating the front cover, and I got these stickers off Amazon, I'll link them below. And I just went in first trying to rearrange them, doing the pattern, and I like having the letters 25 obviously for 2025. And yeah, doing it this way makes it easier for me to visualize it, because while I thought this looked good, as you'll see later in the video, I changed my mind about how I wanted the placement of them. But I really liked these stickers. They just reminded me of, I don't know, I feel like I've seen it in a movie when they made a ransom note, which is probably not the best comparison. But I just like the letters and the colours, and I think they contrasted, why did I say like that? Contrasted the other stickers that I chose, because these were more like, I don't know, there was a lot of globes and statues and typewriters and things like that, and I'm not sure what drew me to the sticker pack, but a lot of the options I saw were like bohemian stickers or beach stickers, which I don't really think suit me at this point in time and is not what my journal is going to capture. But I went in with the stickers that I thought suited and also fit best, and this is also something great about this type of sticker and decorating the front, is that you have as much time and as much freedom as you want to decorate it and place everything as you want. So I went in on the front cover, did all of that. Not all of these stickers have meaning to them, honestly. I just thought some of them were pretty cool. And then I went in, stuck them all down, then did the exact same thing for the back. So I used that same sticker pack that I also got on Amazon, and I will link down below, and just did exactly that. Went in for something I thought were cool. I tried to keep in the little name of the journal at the bottom, which was kind of hard to see what would fit, so I wouldn't have to cover that up, but I think I did a pretty good job, and I love all the stickers that I've chosen for the front and the back of my journal. Okay, so once I finished decorating the front and back, I went to my old journal, because the way that I started it was with some pictures of myself and writing a letter to me from last year, and I wanted to design the front covers for each month. Also with this one, there were too many pages for me, so I just stuck two together. Don't know if that's scrapbook cheating, but I did it, and it made me feel a lot more relaxed because I had less pages to work with. So I stuck my envelope in, then I got my coloured card because I wanted to have a sort of border just like the envelope did, the white border outside it. So I got the piece of card, kind of measured it out, but it took a lot of cutting to get the line straight. And I knew I wanted to have pictures and more stickers like saying my name here, so I got those out of the pack. Then I did the same thing. I thought I liked them at the top, but then again, it was way too big of a gap between the letters of my name and then the photos. And the photos are scary, guys. I am the first to admit that, but I had to cut out photos from what I had. I don't have a printer or a sticker printer or anything like that, which is something that I obviously would invest in the future. But for now, I'm doing it the basics. But yeah, this is just like a pop page, like it's gonna be there every time I see it, so it's just like a hey to me, being like, hey Maya. But then I kind of thought I didn't like the bottom of the page, and I wanted to personalize it even more. What's more personal than my last name, which I don't know anyone else with this name, so I want that. That's my branding, that's me. So I got the stickers to put my last name in, again put them in, and obviously it wouldn't fit on the page because there's 8 letters in my surname, and it went over, but I actually didn't mind that because the envelope isn't going anywhere, and I had an awkward space that I wanted to fill anyway that the first 3 letters did, so that was perfect. So yeah, after I looked at it a bit, I decided I liked it. I wasn't sure about the hey at the top, but I decided to stick with it in the end. So stuck the card down and put the pictures in, everything like that. Just the same routine. Shake things around until they fit in, and then commit to them by sticking them all down. So next I went in with writing the letter for my future self. So I filmed this video on the 30th of December. So I actually hadn't opened the letter that I wrote to myself last year. So I had no clue what was in there. But knowing me and the emotional mess I am, I managed to fill both sides in very quickly. And yeah, it's just like nice for me to write things I'm proud of for 2024 and things I hope I've achieved or things I've done by the end of 2025, and I sealed that up and then wrote a little reminder for me not to open it till New Year's Eve, no matter how excited I might be, because I know I will be even more excited in a year's time to open it up. And as I mentioned earlier, this has 250 pages, which is perfect for me because I can divide up the amount of pages each month gets equally. Then I went to designing the covers, and for January, I had no idea what to do. I hated my January cover so much last year, but that's just one of the months where I feel like there's nothing that special about it. No offense to January, but she's kind of boring and everyone is bored of her after Christmas, and it's kind of like January blues, and I didn't know what to do. But I went on Pinterest and I found this cool print. I don't know if it's a print or if someone did it for their journal, but I really liked it, so I copied it. And yes, this is my favourite pen I'm using to outline. It's like the Uniball black marker, and you have to be careful with it because it does smudge if you move your hand across it immediately, but I have been using it for so long. And I'm gonna admit, guys, I loved what I did with this page. The January font itself isn't my favourite, but I just love the books and the drink and the lights, and I thought it was much better than the last one. And I feel like my art has got better. I'm not good, but I've got better. That's what I'll say. February just went with the classic Valentine's Day, whether you celebrate or not, which I have not celebrated ever before in my life, but we will not be talking about that. But yeah, I actually really like this page, and for some reason, something happened for the next few months where I went crazy and decided to freehand every single one. And no, they were not complicated designs by any means, but I usually sketch everything out with a pencil, but I got a bit cocky here. But I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. April, I absolutely loved, and it's very, very similar to the one I did last year, but I just think it's so nice, and I will keep doing this one until I'm bored of it. But it's kind of like rainforest meets spring garden. And then May, I just went back in with the butterflies, and I'm not mad that I've used a lot of the ones that I've used last year, because the reason I use them is because I like them. But yeah, I like the butterflies and they coloured in really nicely. These highlighters I'll put on screen. I got them in Tesco because they were on deal with the club card, but they are highlighters on one side and then kind of like a marker on the other side, and they are the most beautiful pastel colours ever. And in Madison they actually have a shop where I can buy them individually, which will be great when they run out. And then June might actually be my favourite. I just love the citrus print, and I don't know how I thought of it. Well, it's not very complicated, but I just love it. And then July, I always just think summer, palm trees, all that together. And again, freehanding it, and I have no business freehanding anything. I really should have thought that through, because if I messed it up, there was no going back. And again, with these sunflowers, last year, they were my second least favourite after January. I just did not like the way they turned out. But I think this year I was putting less pressure on myself. I was watching the Netflix movie A Family Affair with Nicole Kidman and Zac Efron and Joey King, and I just kind of got lost in the movie. So I think I was less stressed about the journaling, which probably I would recommend to you guys. Put something on in the background, some music or a movie. And yeah, I thought I had ended the video here. So here's a little walkthrough of what I've done so far. So the front cover, the letter to myself, my page, and then the months that I had done so far. I had no inspiration for September, October or November at this point, and I was thinking that I was going to come back to it tomorrow. But as you can probably tell, scrapbooking is something that I love spending my spare time on. And then the evening came and I had more spare time and I just wanted to give it another go and see if anything else would inspire me. But yeah, these were what I got up to at that point and I just really loved them and was very excited to continue. So for I had another spare page at the front, yes, and I saw a TikTok earlier and I decided to do birthdays. That what you saw there was I had some reason done the December page where the September page was meant to be, so I had to rip it out. But yeah, September, no inspiration, boring, it's all right. October, my mum just said do something Halloweeny, which I really enjoyed in the end. And I don't really like Halloween that much, but I don't know, they're very cute. And then bonfire night, obviously for November, it's a tradition or a holiday in the UK, which is one of my favourites. Then I stuck in the December page, and I will put in a clip of my old journal, but at the end of every month I put in little poster photos of all the movies and TV shows that I've watched in that month, just because I like to review them for myself and just know what I've watched. And I added some colour to them, and I thought I'd do the little slates instead of writing movies I've watched every month. Then I stuck those in, and that was pretty much the end of the journey. And I wrote myself a little title for the book. We've gone for The Adventures of, drumroll please, a thought daughter, because that is exactly what I am, and this journal is where I will share all of my feelings. So very quickly, and unfortunately that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. It is the first one of the year, but I thought I would kick it off with something that I will be spending a lot of my year doing. So yeah, this is all my front covers, the letter to myself, and just the setup of my journal, and I hope you enjoy and see you next week. Bye.